Welcome to Los Angeles. Welcome to the Rizzo Run Club podcast. Azusa Pacers, Frank and Maria Delgadillo. What is up, running family? Welcome to the Rizzo Run Club podcast. My name is Rizzo. Welcome to Los Angeles. Welcome to Venice Beach, California. I run all over the LA community, the nation, and the world. You can follow all my adventures at rizzo.runs on Instagram. This podcast is dedicated to the Los Angeles running community. It is also dedicated to the 40th running of the Los Angeles Marathon. And yes, I am an LA Marathon ambassador. You can send me a DM on Instagram or email me, and I will make sure and share that discount code with you. My email is rizzo@rizzorunclub.com. I am also making the 2025 LA Marathon accessible to those who cannot afford the high registration fees. You can go to my website to make donations as well as apply for assistance if you're someone that needs assistance. I will elaborate more at the end of this episode. And to go over all the information. But today is a special day because we have an amazing group here today. The founders are here. My wife and I, we have run with them. And just when you come run with this group, it is family. You feel it instantly. There's just something special about them. And every running club in Los Angeles is special. There's no question. But there's just a little bit more here. And I can't really describe it. It's just something that you have to go and experience yourself. But they are beloved all over this running community and a big presence at the LA Marathon. So without further ado, we welcome the Azusa Pacers founders. Let's hear from Frank and Maria. Welcome to the Rizzo Run Club podcast. Yes. We do have an audience here today. My wife's in the back, so and there she is. She has her Azusa Pacers hat on, so we appreciate it, right? And Frank was up all night making this beautiful.
Yes,
so thank you, Frank.
I got all the listeners. It was tough. I got it done.
I love it. Okay, so let's talk about before we get into your stories and about the Azusa Pacers. Let's talk about the 3-year anniversary. We just came from the 3-year anniversary.
Yes.
I mean, congratulations.
Thank you.
What do you think of when you hear that 3 years?
It's just time went fast. It's just amazing, to look back at our journey, how we started, and to look at us now.
Yeah.
We've grown so much, and we're just so grateful and blessed with,
that's for sure,
with the people that have come to us, all the runners that we have, the coaches. We just have so many good people in our club, and that's what makes our club so unique. And we're just like a big family. Thank you, by the way, for the warm introduction.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you
for being here, with you.
Yeah, thank you for showing up and I know it was a short commute for you, so I appreciate it.
Yes, it was. It was very short.
For those of you are listening and not familiar with Los Angeles County, you guys did come from Azusa, right?
Yes.
So Azusa is located how many miles outside of Venice? Maybe 30, 40?
It's about a good 45 minutes to an hour. Depends on traffic,
Yeah.
So give or take,
Ballpark.
It was over an hour.
Which in Los Angeles means it's 3 planets over, right? I mean, it takes, kind of a ways. So thank you for coming here. But, the 3-year anniversary was great. You had so many vendors there.
Yes.
You had special guests there. Was there a particular, now looking back, was there a particular moment or two that kind of stuck out in each of your heads from the day?
I think just when, I'm sorry, you were going to talk.
Oh, no, but you know what? It's just, what I got out of it is to see how happy everybody was, how everybody really had a good time and enjoying it. And imagine for 3 years for doing this, it touches my heart because giving back to the community, that's what it's worth for me, is seeing their smiles, seeing the joy, the happiness, the love that they receive from the Pacers.
Yeah.
That's what I get out of it.
Sure.
Yeah, and just like he said, everybody's so happy, and just to think, wow, we created this community, and we're just
I say we're blessed, and I always thank God that what he has given us and to our journey.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So that's one thing.
Faith plays a huge part
Sure.
in who we are. And, I don't want to get emotional, but that's how we function.
Yeah.
And God plays a big part in our lives. Even selecting our coaches.
Sure.
Yes.
Yes. You know, we ask for guidance, and we've been just so blessed with the coaches that we have.
Yes.
Each of them have something special to offer, and they're reliable, responsible, they're motivating, they're inspiring, and we could always count on them.
Yeah.
And we're just big family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really close.
Amazing family. I mean,
Yeah.
so then you know, the 3 year you brought up, you know, some important people besides the coaches
Yeah.
that have played a major part, you know,
Yes.
because it does take a tribe to create this. I mean, you guys are the founders. You guys put in all the work. I see the work that you put in, even like going to races and meeting your runners. It's such a big responsibility, but it does take a tribe. And I thought it was really great that you brought up like Memo and Ruben and Joel and Martha and
Yeah,
Caesar and Mari. It was just so like,
They're so special to us, and from day one, they've just been so good to us, and wherever we go, there they
Great
go.
supporters.
They're
always
supported
there.
us from day one, all of them, and we just can't thank them enough for everything that they've done for us.
yeah,
Very, very supportive, and it was very important for us to acknowledge them,
yeah,
to let them know how thankful, how
We're very
grateful we
thankful.
are for everything that they've done for us, and just all of our volunteers as well.
Oh, yeah. Especially
And
volunteers.
yes.
We couldn't have done it by ourselves.
Sure.
I mean, Azusa Pacers is everybody. It's all of our volunteers, our coaches. It's just been wonderful, and we try to focus on the positive always. And if there's a negative, we try to turn that negative into a positive.
Yeah.
Because in every negative, there is a positive.
Sure. Yeah, I love that. Yeah.
Always. And yeah, I just can't thank them enough for everything that they've done for us. And thank you, all of you who have stuck with us and
And
believed
believing
in
in
us, for believing in us, supporting us from day one. We love you guys, and we're just so grateful that you continue to believe in us and to support us. And this is what Azusa Pacers is about: supporting each other and being just one big family.
I think we're done. Let's go. Right? You know, it's funny, Frank. When I first came to Azusa Pacers, the first thing you told me is, "Oh, Rizzo, get ready. We take a lot of pictures."
That's one thing about this group. They love pictures.
And that day, oh my God, I don't know how many pictures I took. So it was just funny.
Yeah, that's what makes it fun about the group.
Yeah.
It takes off a lot of the stress off a lot of these people that go through a day of life.
Yeah.
So you come here, it's here about also training, but also have a good time.
Sure.
Yeah.
And what's good about taking that stress off?
Yeah. And
Pictures.
A photo shoot.
yeah, exactly.
Why not a photo shoot?
Yeah. And also, you know, you had the tents, your Azusa Pacers tent, right? And then you had a little table in there. And I kept seeing all the Pacers kneeling down by this table. I'm like, what the heck is going on over here? I go walk over there. Oh, it's an
Picture.
Malibu room over here. That's what everyone's doing. Pacers love to have a good time. I mean, there's no question. No.
Yeah, they worked hard, so they work hard, play hard.
And it's funny because recently I just asked you, Maria, I'm like, how much storage do you have on your phone? You take so
Yeah.
many pictures. It's
my
amazing.
gosh.
I had to get a new phone just.
I try to get the highest gig for her so they can hold that picture.
Yes.
I love taking pictures.
I know you
It's
do.
just-
I know you do. And then you know, you capture so many amazing moments. So,
Yes.
you know, I'm sure
Those
in the end it does pay
memories.
off. Yeah. So, you know, I kind of wanted to, before we dive into more of your story, I want to talk about something like that's just happened. Boston Marathon, right?
Yes.
And you have put your name in for the Boston Marathon. Your buffer is how much? How many minutes?
12 minutes.
12 minutes. And are you feeling the pressure that maybe you won't get in?
I don't know what to think anymore. Last year, I qualified. I only had a buffer of 4 minutes. But last year, they did tell us in advance that the buffer was 5 minutes.
Yeah.
This time, I haven't heard anything, so I don't know what to think. All I heard was, you'll find out by the end of the week.
Yeah.
You'll get an email. So I don't know what to think.
I mean, it was a very big thing this week because they announced the new times for next year.
Yes.
5 minutes, almost increments, right?
Yeah.
Frank, what are your thoughts on that? Like,
It made it more challenging for me.
yeah.
You know, I was like, okay, I got to work harder.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only thing. But
Yeah.
you know what? It's a journey that we all go through and see what we come out of. But you know what? To me, it's worth it.
And are you close in terms of minutes? Or?
I have to at least shave off for like 45 minutes.
45.
45
okay.
minutes.
Yeah.
So
Got it. I mean, there's a question for both of you. I'd like to hear what each of you think. So many people qualified this year, right? And next week, it's going to be a record number of people that are going to be declined from the race, right?
Yes.
What do you think is contributing to these fast times? I've heard, okay, so initially I saw somebody post something, they're like, wow, athletes we're getting faster. It's like, well, I said, is it faster? Are we getting better? Is it because of Revel races? Is it super shoes? It's a combination of all? I mean,
that's a good question.
Yeah.
that is.
Oh,
gosh.
Because I
What are
question
your
that
thoughts?
myself too.
Yeah.
I think a combination of everything.
yeah.
We're more conscious also of how to train,
Right.
how to keep ourselves from getting injured,
Yeah.
And nutrition.
the kind of shoes that we wear.
Yeah.
So all that plays a big role on your performance.
That's true. Yeah.
So I think it's a combination of everything.
Right.
Yeah. My wife is jumping in this conversation.
Yes,
Come on in.
Yeah, come on down.
You know,
Thank you for letting me jump in.
so for those watching,
And
this
she
is my
also
wife.
qualified.
And yeah, you want to tell your story? You qualified for.
I did.
Yes.
But I wanted to talk about the Pacers because I was training for this race and working really hard. And the week before going, I came and ran with Azusa, and 2 people, plus the entire group, but 2 people really stood out that supported, and that was you and Memo. And I just remember like the words that you shared with me and that Memo shared with me about the mindset. And then the whole group lifted both of us up. Like literally, physically lifted us up and was like, yeah. And you were like, I hope all you take all of this love and take it with you on the course. And I did. And those like last miles, especially that hill at the end, like I thought of you.
I love you. Thank you.
And like
that was all you.
Yeah, and Memo
was
just
all
being like, you know, like you helped me refocus. So like the Pacers are so special.
Oh,
So you really
thank
created
you.
something special, and you know we'll find out about this race. You know,
And it is what it is.
it is what it is. No, and I
And-
told Rizzo that the other day. I was like, no matter what happens,
Yes.
like no one can take that time
Exactly.
away from you, that work, that
Exactly.
effort. Like you got it,
Yes, it's
right? It's-
Well,
We
what I
just
see,
have to keep
they are
moving
unicorns no
forward.
matter what. You did
Yes.
get qualified.
That's right. That's
Yes.
right.
Mm-hmm.
So you have a 12 minute and you have an 11 minute. I mean, you both must feel like you're going to get in, right? I mean, if you cannot get in at 12 and 11 minute buffer, like then none of us really have a shot. And I mean, it's 7 minutes, maybe the most, I think, but
Yeah, but you threw in a whole other aspect with this randomness. I was like, oh God, what if it is random? I didn't even think about it.
So it's
We'll see. We'll find out.
I know.
Yeah.
Like, we'll see what
Yeah.
happens, and
Yeah.
we'll just keep moving forward, right? And we just can't like let this affect us, and
we'll just keep getting faster.
Just keep getting faster.
We'll
keep getting better shoes. Spending more money.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks for letting me hijack in on this.
Yeah.
Yes.
So awesome.
I was gonna say, Frank, maybe we should just go have a drink.
Yeah, why
and
not?
let
Let's go.
them
We're
just conduct the.
Thank you again. We gotta go.
Thank you.
I mean, that's a great point, though, that you bring up. You know, I always tell runners that, you know, from when I started running 20-something years ago, running marathons, we didn't have any information. And to be a new runner in this day, they're so lucky because they have access to so much information that, like, we didn't have back in the day. And I guess maybe I never thought that, you know, like you said, more information, more data that runners can get faster.
Yeah.
I mean... Frank, what do you think? I mean, any reason why you think people are just getting faster?
Well, I'm not saying I'm getting younger. For me, it's like what I do is it's not about me.
Right.
I see them, and I like to help them. The experience of what I went through. But you know what? I'm trying, and I'm going to work hard for it.
Yeah.
You know, it set my mind, and you know, and it's just.
And to see everyone PR or do their very first 5K, their first 10K, it just brings so much joy to us. We always tell them just whatever the mind believes, the body can achieve.
Right.
So if you believe it, anything is possible.
Yeah.
Just keep pushing through.
Oh, yeah.
If I could share a story,
Absolutely.
Mountains to Beach 2
Yes.
years ago. I trained so hard. That was my mission to BQ, to qualify for Boston. Mile 23, that was the end of my journey for that race.
Yeah.
I don't remember anything. It's just, all I remember is waking up in the ambulance. But it's funny because I remember not remembering, which is so weird. And they were asking me questions. I didn't know who my name was.
Yeah.
I didn't know my age. They asked me for my age. I was getting frustrated because I was trying to get my words out. I couldn't even get my words out. I didn't know where I was. I didn't even know that I was racing. So what happened was they said that I started staggering. And then one of our runners, Jose, was behind me, and he came up to me and he said, "Maria, are you okay? Are you okay?" And he said that I told him, I'm okay, I'm fine. You better stop, just, I'll stop with you. No, you keep going. You need to PR. Keep going.
Yeah.
And he said that I wouldn't let him stop with me, and he saw that I wasn't doing well, so he pulled me aside, and then just then I collapsed, or almost collapsed, and then a nurse just happened to be on the trail too. They stopped, and then another runner who happens to be a doctor, one of our runners, Rafa, came also, and they called the ambulance. And one thing that I recommend for everyone out there, you get a bib, and on the back, make sure that you write your information, emergency contacts, everything. It's so important. We take it for granted because we're always in a hurry and we don't want to take the time to write all that information. But it's so important because you just never know what could happen, like here.
Yeah.
And so I ended up in the ambulance. Then my memory started coming back, and they asked me again what my name was. Then finally I was able to get my words out. And then they asked, "Do you know where you are?" And then I stopped. I'm like, "Do you know why you're here?" I said, "I was doing a race." "Yes." I said, "Did I finish?"
She was worried about
Did I finish?
Of course.
And then he nodded. He goes, no, but it's okay. It's okay. I said, how far did I get?
I love
That's
it.
how she remembers. That's it.
Yeah.
How far did I get? And, you know, he said mile 23. And I said, oh my gosh. I said, I didn't finish. And
Yeah.
it was just heartbreaking. And he said, look, not everyone gets as far as you've gotten. It's okay. And so then,
You're like, yes, they do. You don't understand.
yes, I said they're not going to believe in me. But that just, you know, things happen in your life that only make you stronger.
Right.
And you either learn from the situation, and it's not what happens to you that matters, it's how you handle it. So we all have choices. You could just, like, you know, just be down the rest of your life about what happened to you, or, you know, just stay strong
Love it.
and continue to do it, not only for you, but for everybody else.
Sure. Yeah.
And I have to be honest, it was hard for me the first couple of months because I was kind of terrified that if I went running,
Our audience.
ooh, we have audience back here. Oh, look, a little squirrel.
Yeah.
That it might happen again. But yeah, you just have to keep going, keep pushing forward, keep pushing through.
Yeah.
And had I not continued, then I would have missed
Yeah.
the second time.
Was it just a hot day, or do you know
It was,
like what
it
happened?
was very hot. Like everything
and they
went
changed
wrong
the route.
Yeah.
that year.
Oh, got it.
Yeah, they changed the date, and I mean, I'm not blaming anyone, but it was the weather.
Yeah, it
and-
was a combination of a lot of
yeah,
things. Yeah.
it was just a combination.
Wow,
but
that's crazy.
yeah.
So you did go back and qualify there?
No, I went to Ventura.
Ventura.
No, you went to OC and you qualified.
Oh,
yes.
OC.
OC.
That's
she,
right.
For
I
OC
forgot
route,
about
she
OC.
qualified for
So
Boston.
Yeah.
for OC, I qualified for 2024, but that's when I was.
Yeah.
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 Um,
Got it.
And then this year, I qualified for next year
Yeah. Yeah.
Ventura.
for
That's
Ventura.
wow. It's such a crazy story.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
I
So-
guess we always do that. We don't think about writing our information on our
Yeah,
bibs.
so that's
it's
very
so important.
important.
Yeah. Yeah. Crazy.
Yeah, 'cause you just
and
never
Frank, were
know.
you running that day?
Yes, I was waiting for her to come in.
Oh man.
I heard it from our runners, and then I get a phone call later.
Oh man.
Yeah, that's how I found. Then I shot off to the
Yeah.
hospital to see where she was.
Jeez, so crazy,
So,
right?
Yeah, because I was, she was on pace time. I was like amazed how she was doing.
Yeah.
Until
Yeah.
I didn't see her.
Yeah.
Where is she at? Where is she? Here's everybody.
Sure.
She wasn't there.
Yeah.
And we had I felt bad because I ruined it for the rest of the club because they were so excited
Yeah,
and they
yeah.
were racing, and then everything went sour when they heard the news. And we have such an amazing group. And then there was I guess they were, those that didn't know were checking Strava,
Oh yes.
and then
It
they
just
were
stopped.
it
Yeah.
stopped, but they thought I had finished, and it showed a good
Oh,
time.
amazing time.
And they were congratulating.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow.
And I think I told you to
To stop it.
Strava.
yeah.
when
She's
my
in
mind
the-
came
she's
back
in
in
the
the hospital,
and she
I
goes,
said, stop
Stop
my
my watch.
Strava.
Stop my watch. I'm like, what?
Wow, runners, we're just something else, aren't we?
I said, no.
Wow.
Typical, so typical of a room.
Next level stuff. I love it. I should make a meme out of that or something. Stop my watch. So good. Well, I just want to say, one thing is that, I know for one thing, we're going to be in Boston in April. All of us are going to be there.
Yes.
Wife's going to run. You're going to
Yes.
run. Frank, we're going to be out there having a good time supporting them.
Big time. Yes.
Yeah, so, we are definitely going to be in Boston. So,
Sweet.
yeah, let's just focus on that.
Yes,
Yeah,
okay.
yes.
absolutely. But, I wanted to get into your stories a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
How did you guys meet? I mean, Did you meet running?
Frank
Or-
loves
did I open
to
that
tell
can of
his
worms?
story because he loves to elaborate
where can
the
I start?
story.
Here we
No,
go.
So take the stage, honey.
Well, believe it or not, it was her best friend and my best friend.
Yeah.
And
From
the thing
high
is that-
school.
Yeah, from high school. So they were trying to set us up a date. I said, no, I don't
Wait,
like
high
flying.
school?
Uh-huh.
Oh, you've been together a long time.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
this was actually like our friends.
Yeah.
We've known our friends from high school,
Got it.
but we met years.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it.
after. Yeah.
And so they were trying to set up, and it's for a whole year. I said no, she says no. And I don't like going out blind dates, you know. And I said, and one day they invited us to a barbecue. Goes, come on, Frank, you got to come. We're going to have barbecue there. We're going to have something like that. And I had graveyard. So I used to work at Long Beach. I was a Sherman. So I went over there, and I said, okay, I'll take some food, and I go. So what happened? Her friend calls her up. Goes, come, Frankie's here. And she
And I
goes,
was like, there she goes with her Frankie again.
so she said, well, I can't come because my car's broke. Don't worry, I'll pick you up.
I'm like,
man.
oh, how do I get out of this one?
So I'm sitting at the head of the table, and then the gate's right there. She comes in. The way you see her now, that's how she was. Hi, everybody. I'm here. We can party. That's how she was, okay? It's
I have to cut you off though, real quick. And if you've ever been to Azusa Pacers, the first time I went, I was filming you with my camera this close to you, and you put your hand up, grabbed the mic, and I could not believe my eyes. I went, wow, like so much energy. It's unbelievable. Okay, sorry, Fran. I just had to tell everyone that.
That's what I'm saying. The way you see her now, that's the way she was back then. And she has not changed.
Yeah.
That's the true Maria that
I love it.
that, right? So I just love her energy. I love her personality. And I said, my friend, okay, let's set a date. But we do it as a group date. I said, fine. So the thing is, my job was 7 days a week. And I worked grave, swing, and days, and then I get 5 days off. So I didn't see her for a whole month or talk to her for a month. So I made reservations at the Ice House. I rented a limo to
The
pick her up.
comedy club in Pasadena.
Ran a limo. You're getting fancy, Frank. I like it.
I went all out. So,
He wanted to impress me.
Yeah.
but like I said, the way she is, that's what I love about her. And I remember when I picked her up, we went to the Ice House. I ordered this big plate of nachos. I'm talking supreme, everything.
That's where the story
And
So
this show was
becomes.
great. I had a great time in the show. By the time the show was over, I went for the plate. Oh my gosh, the nachos were gone.
And I was,
And
They were
that's why I
good.
love
They
about
were-
her, because that's who she was.
Right.
She wasn't scared about being shy or
Sure.
like, oh no, it's a salad, I'm okay. No, the way she is.
Yeah.
And that's how and she tells you how it is. And I fell in love with her.
Yeah.
I proposed to her in 3 months. When we,
yeah, 3
Wow,
months.
that's amazing.
yeah, so I knew she was the one. And,
Wow. So beautiful.
so that's
Yeah,
how
3
that's how
months.
things started.
Yeah. So did he
So-
exaggerate?
No, I didn't think it. The nacho,
Well, I
no.
do like to eat, so he knew what
She
he
knows
was
she's a
getting
taco
himself.
queen.
Yeah. That's
But-
amazing.
Yeah, so he proposed 3 months. He said the plan was to wait until for my birthday, but he couldn't wait. He bought the ring, and it was a beautiful day. I had my little niece with me, and we went to the park, and he said, "Oh, it just felt right. Like we felt like a family, and it just felt right." So then he runs to the car, and I said, "Where are you going?" "Oh, I'll be back. I'm gonna get my shirt," or I don't know what excuse he gave me. And then my niece went with him, and she was asking, "What are you doing, Dio? What are you doing?" "Oh, it's nothing, right? Nothing." And then he comes over to me, and I'm waiting for him on the grass for them, and then he gets on his knee.
Wow. So
She
cool.
was sleeping, by the way, when I woke her up.
No.
Wow, it's so cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but what I got was a yes.
Yeah,
So-
beautiful.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so-
and then when I told my parents, so that was, I think, in February when he proposed, and we set a date. We're talking about dates, and we're like, okay, May sounds right, but for like the following year.
Following year.
Yeah.
So, so when I told my mom, that we're thinking about, I told her and she started crying and she was happy, and they love Frank. They love Frank. From the minute that as a matter of fact, I was having I had a wall when I couldn't break that wall, and because he was on the rebound.
Don't believe that.
He was on the rebound. I was number 18. Do you want to tell the 18 story?
I ain't going to go there.
Number 18?
I ain't going to go.
So apparently I was number 18, and number 18 fell right.
Oh, wow, this is amazing. This is breaking news. Azusa Pacers.
Don't believe it.
That's awesome.
So anyway, then my mom would tell me, he seems like a really good guy. I don't know, Mom. I don't know. No, you should give him a chance. Give him a chance. So I listened to my mom and gave him a chance.
Yeah.
So when I told my mom that he had proposed, she was happy and she was emotional. And then I said, and she said, well, do you know when, have you guys set a date? Well, we're thinking about May. And she goes, May, which was only a few months, because she's thinking like that.
The same
She
year.
goes, no, Mom, no.
I love that. She thought you were pregnant.
Yeah.
Wow.
Even
Yeah.
her brothers thought that.
Sure.
Yeah,
I mean,
my
yeah.
brothers.
Yeah.
Right.
Beautiful story. Thank you
Yeah,
for sharing.
thank you.
I guess I'm trying to get to I'm trying to go back in your stories, and eventually we're going to get to how Azusa Pacers were started. But so when did you're married? When did your running journey start? Each of you did your running journey start prior to marriage, or did you start running together?
And back in my younger days, I was a runner.
Yeah.
I did run a lot. I did cross country, track and field, and wrestling.
Yeah.
So I was I did go to CIF and state.
Oh, wow.
Back in my days, but that's when I met her. Of course, you get married, life takes over.
Of course.
And then she's the one that got me back. And I'll let her finish start her story.
Yeah.
I didn't start running till
She was never a runner.
2016.
Okay.
Like around there.
Yeah.
That's when our girls were already grown and they were out of school.
Yeah.
So now it was time for us to focus on us, on our health. And it all started with a hiking group which we had joined.
And which hiking group was that?
213 hiking
213.
group.
Are they still around?
Yes,
They're
they are.
still
They are,
around.
right?
Yeah,
Yes.
and back then it was only like a few hiking groups, and it just took off like several years later, just like with the running clubs.
Sure.
There's all these running clubs, which is great because it keeps the community tight and healthy and fit. But anyway, so that's where I met a lot of people. Like from there, it opened the doors for, other opportunities. And that's how I met some friends that were runners, and they invited me to go run with them. And they did trails. That was the SoCal Trail Ramps.
Okay.
And I was intimidated by them because they were fast.
And they're
but
still
they were
around?
also,
Oh, yes, they are.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. They're wonderful, wonderful runners. And I would come home and I would tell them, oh my gosh, I feel bad because I'm keeping them and I'm the slowest one.
She's coming back saying this stuff, and I'm saying, okay, stop.
Yeah.
Yes or no? Well, and she's, no. Yes or no? Did they leave you behind? No. Then it's a good running club.
Absolutely. I really love that you just said that, because leave no one behind, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Some of the best running
Yeah.
clubs do that.
And I'm thankful for them for making her as a good runner.
Right.
Because with their training, the process, and the way they had good coaches, and look at her today.
Yeah.
And then from there, we just started running with different
Clubs.
Yeah.
clubs.
Yeah, so
Who else did you run with?
Whittier-
I'm kind of
Whittier
curious.
and Beyond.
Whittier and
Yeah.
Beyond.
And then
Are they still around? Whittier and Beyond?
No.
No.
No,
They-
Whittier and
they-
Beyond, no. And
and
then from that
BBF.
group, it broke off, and the BFFs.
BFS running group, same thing. They're
Yeah.
not around.
They're not around.
Yeah.
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 So we
yeah.
started running like there, and then
And then when I decided to train to get this crazy idea about running a marathon.
Yeah. Exactly. Who would do that?
Yeah. One of my friends mentioned to me, oh, you know what, there's a group in Pasadena and they're going to start training for the LA Marathon. And they're the Pasadena Pacers. You should go. They're having their kickoff. I said, really? Yes, let's go. And so she went with me, and the rest is history. I trained with them for my very first marathon,
Okay.
which was 2018.
Okay.
That was LA Marathon.
Yeah.
And he would stay home sleeping.
Smart.
And I would tell him, come,
Smart.
it's a great group, and you'll like them. Just come with me. It's okay. I'll stay in bed. You go. So finally, I don't know what got you to finally go. Maybe because you saw how excited
Sure.
I
She
would
comes
come.
back and she was so hyped up. I go, I gotta go see what's going on.
Right.
You know, what's up? And
Yeah.
and back then, I remember when I came in there. I don't know. I'm going to exaggerate, but there was like 400 strong.
Yeah.
Back then, when I remember starting, because they were the biggest running group.
They
Yeah.
were.
And I was confused where to go. You
It was
know.
a big group.
And then once she said, "Well, try this group, try that group," I go, I don't know where to start. So I tried the preconditioning.
Because they had different
Levels.
pace groups.
You know.
So I didn't know where to go either. So I started with the preconditioners, and then I went to the
Yeah.
12 pace, and then 10 pace.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
yeah.
So that's how I got in. But then it brought me back.
Right.
That's where it started. right
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Definitely. You know, it's interesting because I've, run with different people all over LA County, and I'll post an Azusa, Pacer video that I've, made with you guys. And there's always someone I see that says, oh my God, I used to, hike with them,
Oh,
and back in the day.
wow.
Fred Santana is one of them. He always
Oh,
says,
you see him?
yeah, he's just like,
Oh,
oh,
he's
Maria's
great.
amazing. I used to be in the
Oh.
trails with her. There's always
Yeah.
somebody that tells me a story of these old clubs that you used to run with.
Yeah.
I think it's really great.
So much good things came out
Yeah.
of those
Yeah.
groups.
Yeah.
We met such great people.
Yeah, and also like, I kind of feel like maybe you agree with me. Both of you agree with me. This is like you were exposed in 2016 to these groups, and thank God that you were, you started with these amazing groups because they, in essence,
Yeah.
created the foundations of what you thought a running club should be. Right,
Yes.
leave no one behind.
Right.
Exactly.
And that's kind of like what you brought, a combination of all these clubs to create Azusa Pacers.
Yeah.
It's amazing that.
And that's how the hiking group was. Don't leave anyone behind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we always had like someone in the front, someone in the middle,
And
someone
someone
in
Yeah.
the end.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we learned something from everybody,
Yes.
and that's how.
And that's how you create.
Yeah.
But you were at one point running with Whittier Pacers, right?
Yes.
A lot of
So
you were, right?
So from Pasadena Pacers, right after I did my marathon.
Wait, but which, by the way, how was the marathon? That first one for you?
Oh, it was
Very
awesome.
emotional for
Yes,
her.
it was
Stadium to sea?
awesome.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Stadium
Yes.
to the sea.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, that was. Yeah, I haven't done the new route since it changed.
Okay.
So my last LA marathon was 2020,
Okay.
a week before the shutdown.
Yes.
It was a week
yes,
before the
I
Yeah, that
remember.
was the
shutdown.
last one. Yeah,
Yes.
you did.
Yeah, so it was just what comes to mind is Mile 20.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
now it's just grown even bigger because we have more chapters now.
Yeah.
But Mile 20 was like, oh my gosh, it's just
Yeah.
Just the energy level
the
is
Yes.
so strong.
energy.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
amazing.
And that's what, like, I always remember that. And I want our runners to feel the same thing
Yeah.
and give them that same love,
Yeah.
that same energy,
Sure.
that extra boost that
Yeah.
they need, because at Mile 20, your body is done.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
the only thing that's going to get you to the finish line is
Yeah.
your mindset.
Yeah. That's-
And Mile 20 will do that to you.
yeah.
with all the Pacers.
And so you finished that race, and that was it. You were just hooked, right?
So
that was.
I was so excited, and then a few months later, they mentioned to me that a new chapter was going to be started in Whittier, the Whittier Pacers, and the actual founder, he came up to me and he asked me if I wanted to be their half marathon coach.
Nice.
And I said, I don't know anything about coaching.
Yeah.
I said, I just barely did my very first marathon. I said, I'll be happy to help you guys, but I don't want to be the lead coach. And he said, well, I've been watching you, and I saw your page, and, you have a lot to offer.
Nice.
I said, I'll help you, but I'm not going to be the lead coach. So Whittier Pacers took off.
Yeah.
And I ended up being their half marathon coach.
I mean, he clearly saw something in you at that time that, he felt you could fulfill that role, and clearly he knew what he was doing. I mean, look at you now, you and
thank
Frank.
you.
So Whittier Pacers, and then
so I became very fond of my group.
Yeah.
Very tight, which is all of them still that came and followed us.
Yeah.
Ruben, Joel, Martha, Memo, Sonia.
Yeah.
And the way I got them was our photo shoots.
Yeah, of course.
A lot of pictures going to happen.
That's
You called it.
Kept them coming back, our photo shoots. And that's what made it fun.
Yeah.
Let's have our photo shoot.
Yeah.
So then after that,
The pandemic.
happened.
Yes.
Yeah.
Pandemic happened. Everything was shut down. We couldn't go back to running. We were all stuck in our own communities.
Right.
And actually for us, that was a blessing because we never got to run in our own community.
Sure.
Yeah.
So we started running in our own community, and we're like, oh my gosh, we have so much beauty here.
Beauty there.
So much to offer to our own community. It's time for us to give back to our own community. And, that was during the time that there was so much fear. People were still afraid to come out.
Yes.
And so, I don't know, I just felt like it was like God put this little seed on me, and it just kept growing and growing. And I said, I feel a calling. We need to start our own club. And my lovely husband
I love
said,
this story. I know where he's going. Let's hear.
my lovely husband here. I said,
Because what do you
honey,
think?
what do you think? We start our own chapter of the Pacers. You're on your own on this one. Because that's a lot of work.
Think about it.
You think
lot
about
of
it
work.
because it's a lot of
Been
work.
there, done that.
So
I said.
don't get me involved in this. You're on your own on this one.
But it goes. But it's something I want to do.
We're giving back.
I know.
We're giving back.
Of course, I support her whatever she asks, and I says, you know what, I will support you, and.
And we were hearing of so many stories of people being affected with depression, and that's just it. It was just like, no, I just feel a calling. This is our time.
Yeah.
So we called Dr. Smith, the founder of Pacer Nation.
Yeah.
What does it take to be a part of a chapter?
Sure.
To start a chapter.
Yeah, I said, okay. And he was like, really? You guys? He goes, awesome.
He got so excited.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of want to ask you a question as you're talking about this, because I've been thinking about this all week. When you decided that you wanted to start your own running club, you ran through Azusa. At one point, did you think about like maybe going away from Pacer Nation and maybe creating like I don't know, some
or just a random,
No, Yeah,
random.
run club.
It was
Not at all,
You were-
because the Pacers, they just have so much love for
Yeah.
the community, and Dr. Smith, we will always be grateful to you, because
For the opportunity
had
that
you
you
not,
gave us, yeah.
it's been, I think, 30 years that the Pacers have been around. Had it not been for you, Azusa Pacers wouldn't even exist. So we will always
Yeah.
be grateful to him.
And there was no running
Yes.
clubs in Azusa.
And
There
were
was not one, right?
No.
Well, there was one, but it was a small little group. But it was ARC.
But no official.
Yeah, it wasn't
no
official, but it was-
official
Yeah.
clubs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to
And-
ask you too,
and-
like, what? I always like to ask founders here, what was that one defining moment that made you decide? I guess I had never. You've told me the story before many times, Frank, but I guess I'd never thought that it was actually the pandemic. During the
Yeah.
pandemic,
Yeah.
that made you.
Mhm.
It was like a blessing,
It was a
to run in
blessing.
your own community, because you were forced to.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's so amazing.
It opened
Like-
our
And that's
eyes
how-
that, wow,
and that's
look
what
we
I-
offer.
Yeah.
I look back and I'm like, oh God, I see what you were doing. You were paving the path for
Yes.
us. Every single person that we met, whether good or bad, every person had a purpose in our lives.
Right. Yeah.
Every person. Looking back, there was a purpose.
Yeah.
And we're thankful. We're
Of course.
grateful for every single
course.
person out there.
Yeah. The
Yeah.
pandemic, I mean, in a big way, it scared the whole world and
Yes. It
changed
was
us.
scary.
There's no question.
Yeah.
But it also created so many opportunities.
Yes.
Like, I'll tell you, we would not be here if it wasn't for the
Yeah.
pandemic, because I was fine running in the back or running by myself. And then when the
Mm-hmm.
pandemic came, I thought, if we get out of this, I'm going back in the running community and I'm going to show the world Los Angeles through cameras. We would not be here.
Yeah.
You would not be here. The Pacers would not be here. It was such a scary time, but it created so much opportunity for so
Yeah,
many
it really
people.
did.
Yeah, absolutely
It really
amazing.
did.
Yeah.
So it was a blessing.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
then, so during the pandemic, Azusa Pacer was actually formed, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then when we were kind of getting out of the pandemic is when you created it at Pioneer Park, or?
No, so Pacer Nation, there's procedure to become
Yes.
an official.
Yeah.
So we had to have a certain amount of runners, to get our logo and to become official.
Okay.
So after that, it was 3 months after that in
it
August
was-
when we became
Official.
Official. And in that
And
3-month time.
that's when we had
yeah.
our inauguration.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, that was amazing.
Yeah.
Our inauguration.
So in the 3-month time, you were just trying to build
The
more
community,
runners.
yeah.
So
And everyone got on
we
board.
were blessed to even
Yeah,
just to
from the
have
very first
the amount of
day.
runners showing up.
Sure.
So we had that.
The first day, you said?
From the very
Yeah.
first day, yeah.
What was
we
that
had
like?
a
How many
big group.
runners?
Oh, what a
remember-
big turnout.
Really?
We
We're
were
like-
both like stunned because we see all
Let's-
these people
Coming, I was
walking.
like, what?
I'm like,
I
what do
figured
we
maybe
do?
What do we
like
do?
What do
five,
we do?
six.
Because we thought it was just going to be our little group.
Sure.
We
No.
had been running on our own with the little group.
Yeah.
We even did routes. We even did a
Virtual.
virtual race. And at our house, we did a finish line.
That's so cool. Yeah.
And
That was the
we had little
the
medals
virtual
for
Boston.
them.
Virtual
The 5K.
Boston.
Yeah,
I love
that's,
it.
That's what we did.
Yeah. That's amazing.
I don't know which one it was.
Which one? But I know it was one of them. We had to do a
was a-
virtual.
Yeah,
Or
it was
one of them.
a virtual race. So we did our own little
Sure.
routes there, and then the fires hit. So then we started going to the
Oh,
beach, to
yes.
Newport Beach,
Yeah.
and
Crystal
so,
Cove.
Yeah, so we thought it was just gonna be that little group that would run with us, and then we see all these people.
Everybody
coming.
coming to the beach.
What did we do?
The first day
Yeah.
when we ran. Yeah.
Yeah. And so you were telling that story
But
when
it
they all
was-
came. You're like, "What did we do?" You were just shocked, right?
Right.
But
yeah.
it was like 25, 30.
Yeah, it was around
Wow,
there,
that's
yeah.
a good number
30.
of people.
Yeah, we didn't expect it to be that big,
Yeah.
and I
Yeah.
said that's why I said
25,
yes
30.
because it's gonna take time before it grows. No worries.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. No, it was pretty instant,
It,
right?
it grew every
Yeah.
week.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, oh, one more, oh,
Yeah.
two more. It's just by word of mouth.
Yeah. And the community there in Azusa, it seems like it's really great. I mean, for instance, Doghouse Running Club Azusa, I'm just shocked. Like, I would have thought they were around for years.
Yeah.
And the community there has truly embraced them. And you two both have embraced them too.
Yes.
Like, the mutual respect you all have for each other out there is unbelievable. Like, it's a...
And we've known each other.
Yeah.
We came from
Pasadena.
Yes.
Yes, that's right.
So,
Yeah.
you know, we're a family.
Yeah.
And they support us. We support them. So absolutely.
Yeah. I guess I understand now the 3-year, what that was like for you recently,
It
and
was
seeing all these people come
amazing.
together from all over LA County, Inland Empire,
Yes.
the running
And
clubs.
the different running clubs. And that's why we had that collab run.
Yeah.
And just to get all the communities and all the running clubs together, because we all have that same, you know, goal and same purpose. So why not run together and have a special day when we all get together and
Those are
you
fun.
know and it's not about competition and which club is better. It's about community.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know,
Absolutely.
That's one thing.
Yeah, and so that's one of our goals is just to keep it that way.
Sure.
To keep the, you know, family togetherness and having fun.
Yeah.
Absolutely, always having
Yeah.
fun.
Always
Taking
having fun.
pictures.
And then taking pictures, having photo shoots.
Yeah. Yeah, you
So-
know, the collab run was just brilliant. I don't honestly don't think clubs out here in Los Angeles have kind of done that.
Yeah.
When you guys did that, I was just like, this is brilliant. And there were so many people that came together. And you continue to do that, you know, so it's, and then now they're doing it themselves out there.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's
So
just
we started,
unbelievable. Like,
Because you know sometimes that people work far away from it and they can't make it to your run. You have options.
yeah,
You know, once you join them, get your run. At least you get your mileage in that you can't think, oh, I got to make it up this weekend. I got to do
Yeah.
a double. That's the reason why they know, hey, there's other communities that if you can't make it,
You could run to this
You could run to
club,
that
and if
club.
you're in that area, run to
Yeah.
that club.
so
And
hey,
we have a lot of clubs asking us, when are you going to have another
Sure.
collab run like that?
Yeah.
That was so much fun.
you're thinking about another one soon?
So
uh,
maybe not soon
so,
because we have
we got a lot of things going
Yeah.
on right now.
so much going on right now.
You
But-
want to talk about some of those things you have going on coming up, or is that
Well, we've
something?
got Revel. He's training.
Yes, training
We've
for
got-
Revel.
And then we'll
And
see.
then-
We'll go from that point, and then if not, then I told that I still want to do my full Ironman.
Yes.
So that's the one I want to pick that on my bucket list and
Yeah.
get it off.
yeah.
So I'm looking forward to that one.
And you've done
And
a
then-
full Ironman before?
Half.
Half.
Half
Okay.
Ironman,
Which
so.
is still amazing. Like, yeah.
That's
Wow.
another thing that the Azusa Pacers offer, a
and triathlons, you know. So
Yes.
team.
yeah,
And
we
he's-
have a lot of people always ask, hey, do
Mm-hmm.
you guys? I go, yes, you know, and
Yeah.
it's awesome just to see those they're interested that want to do it. You know, the first thing I tell them, do you know how to swim?
Yeah. That's a
when
big
everybody.
thing. Yeah.
That's
yeah.
when everybody gets scared of
Yeah.
is the swimming part.
That's the reason why I don't do tries.
Yeah. I think a
'Cause
lot
I'll
of
be-
people.
Where's Maria? Where's Maria?
I think it's, yeah, me too. I'm the same.
Oh, tell him the
Frank
story
tried to
about
get me.
Gracie.
Frank, you tried to get me last time. You're
Rizzo,
like,
I
hey,
know
Rizzo,
you can do it.
you want to do a
Yeah.
triathlon? I just walked away.
Rizzo, where you going, buddy? Where you going?
Cricket.
I got an extra bike. Come on.
Yeah.
So recently we had one of our runners who he convinced to do her first try,
Oh yeah,
and we were so happy for her.
amazing. She did.
Yeah,
amazing.
she did amazing, and
Yeah.
she trained hard. So she's doing the swimming, and she's at the end. And so I don't know if you know, like in triathlons, if when you're swimming, if you raise your hand,
Yes.
that means you're tapping
Yes.
out.
All right.
So she's almost at the end, and then we see her going like, we're like,
Well, you know why? Because
No.
you know when she
No,
asked
but
you.
wait,
Take.
but-
Oh, okay.
wait, so we're all,
ahead.
no, oh my she's tapping out. No, Gracie, you got this. We're all crying. You're almost there. You're almost there. No, Gracie, don't tap out. So she's, she keeps swimming.
The lifeguard
and
comes.
then she comes out.
You forgot the lifeguard came to her.
Yeah.
Are you okay? Yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
So she keeps swimming. She swims out. So she finishes, does a great job. So afterwards, we went to eat. And so we told her, I said, Gracie, were you going to tap out? No, I saw you guys. We always do arms out. And I knew you guys were going to take pictures. So I did arms out.
Oh, my God. That's amazing.
During the race in the water, knowing that you do that.
That would have been a disaster,
Oh
right?
my gosh. I said, Gracie, don't ever do that.
That's such a great story, though. Oh, my God.
But she did it amazing.
She goes, well, I knew you were taking pictures. I had to do arms out.
Yeah, that's so great. Yeah. I know, like, even, like, from my wife, she grew up in Azusa, and she kind of wanted nothing to do with Azusa, in a little bit, but I'm kind of throwing her under the bus. But, your club, right, has brought her back to the love of the city, and,
It was rough growing up in Azusa.
Yeah.
Oh, it's changed a lot.
It's
changed so much.
It's changed a lot.
Yeah.
It has
Yeah.
changed.
And, one run I went out with you, you go in several different directions, but one particular run, I just couldn't believe how beautiful it was out there.
Yeah.
It was
it's-
unbelievable. And I just, I don't think a lot of people understand, like, how beautiful Azusa is,
Yeah.
phenomenal.
It's very, very beautiful.
So you've done a phenomenal job out there.
Thank
And, I
you.
can't even stress that to you. I know all
Thank you.
your members agree, with that. But I wanted to ask you about your coaches. Like, you said that you kind of, do you just like watch your club members and then determine that, hey, I think they'd make a great coach? I know you have a new trap program,
Yeah.
Yes.
the trail racers, but like Coach Jerry, Coach Eric,
Rhonda.
Rhonda, yes,
Yeah.
Rhonda. Sorry, Rhonda.
Yes.
There's several
then-
more, right?
And Coach Isabel. Coach Isabel was our very first.
First,
Yeah.
And they actually, most of them actually came to us.
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. So when we first started Azusa Pacers, Coach Isabel came, and she said, I'm here if you need anything. You can count on me. And do you want to be the walking coach?
That's great. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes,
She has a great
absolutely,
personality.
yeah.
That's what
She's-
matters. That
Yeah.
she's willing to give back to the community.
Yeah.
But there is a process that we go through.
Sure.
We sent him to a polygraph test and we do a interrogation. No, just kidding. I just tease him.
No one wants to be a coach now.
No, I just tease him. But it's just the energy they have, they bring to the club,
Yeah.
and how motivating they give to the community.
Yeah.
That's what brings out a good runner
Yeah.
to them. It's
Yeah,
like,
of course.
okay, oh, great, he's awesome.
Yeah.
That's how we go by.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
great. Yeah.
And for the half marathon coach, I saw Rhonda
Yes.
immediately, and I'm
Amazing.
Like, oh, she's got so much to offer. She could inspire so many people out there with
Sure.
her story.
Right. Yeah.
And so then when I asked her, I said, you don't have to give me an answer now. Think about it. But I know that you're going to be great.
Yeah.
And, you're just so inspiring. You've got something special there.
Yeah.
And, she's
Yeah.
with us
Yeah.
as a
Yeah.
coach.
And amazing
then-
how, years prior, they were having the same conversation with you, and you're just
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
and now you're having these conversations with people because you see something in them.
Yes.
Yeah. Wow.
And then Coach Eric came. He's wonderful, Coach Eric.
Yeah.
He's the one that does the announcements for us. When,
Yes.
we're either at a race or we're not at our meetup. But he came up to us and he says, I was thinking if I could do intervals, have a group that just does the intervals. I said, oh my gosh, absolutely. Absolutely. Yes, let's do that. So he does the intervals for the half marathon group.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we had Coach Claudia, who was our preconditioner.
She's also started with us.
She's been injured, and
she's going to just have surgery, so she'll be off for a while.
Of course.
So I've been covering her spot
he's-
until she comes back, or someone can assist.
Coach Frank, I love it.
yeah,
Tough. I'm not tough.
And then Coach Jerry, of course.
and then
Jerry's
Coach Jerry,
Jerry.
he's just absolutely amazing.
Yeah, I give it to him because he'll work on individual runners.
He
He's
does.
got so much passion
He
for
does.
what he does.
Yes.
He truly, truly cares for every runner. He takes the time to do a plan individually
Yeah.
Yes.
for that runner.
He's very.
And he
yeah.
watches you
He
guys on
watches
Strava.
you guys on Strava.
He
So,
does. Yeah. He's really
Yes.
analytical. It's amazing. The
Yes.
conversations I've had with him.
Yeah.
He's really dialed in. Data guy. I love it.
Yeah.
We're,
He give you the
So
stats,
grateful.
all right?
Yeah. Seriously. No, he's really.
yeah,
He's really
so
something.
we are just so blessed with the coaches that we have.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's been amazing.
Just, yes.
Thankful for that.
And we can't
Yeah.
talk. We can't forget about Soraya. She's like
Oh.
the
And
light of the party,
Soraya,
right? It's just
oh my
amazing.
Soraya.
Goodness.
Tell
The
ya.
Floja, she's the
Floja, number
Floja
one
of the
Floja,
group.
man.
With her
Wow.
stories.
Yeah.
and-
Just
Yeah.
incredible, right?
We love Soraya.
Shout
You know what
out
we're
to
talking about,
Soraya.
Flo.
Soraya. Yes. Aloha.
No, I should just tell you, that, for someone who travels around from running club to running club all over LA and
Yeah.
even different parts of cities when I visit, I know, like, maybe you don't know this, but you really have something special there. I just can't emphasize enough to you. Like, they're not
thank
all like
you.
when you show up to the park. It's not like that. There's a
Oh,
lot
thank
of,
you.
a lot of this, but there's just something incredible. And I've had conversations with other people in the LA running community, and they'll stop and say, no, Azusa Pacers, there's something incredible there. Like, you need to go to Azusa Pacers.
Thank
So.
you.
Yeah.
We're
The food. My wife says the food because, yes, the food is
we
incredible.
always have food.
Burn off calories, right? You got to build it
We
back
love
in.
to eat.
Yeah, I love it.
We love to
But
eat.
you're doing an amazing job, and
Thank
I
you.
really, I hope you can take away from this conversation that what I just said, because there's something magical happening there, and it's obviously, it's the members, it's the energy, but it's both of you,
Thank you
and
so much.
you have done a
Thank you.
phenomenal job, both of you, and
We're
I respect
grateful.
you both so much. So
Thank you.
We
Yeah.
respect you,
Yeah.
both
Especially
of you.
Yeah.
We're
Both of
honored
you
to
are.
be here.
Yes,
Thank
it's
you
such
for
an
inviting us.
honor
Yes, thank you.
yeah,
being here and for you to invite us. And
Yeah.
absolutely, yeah.
More fun to come later.
yes.
But let's talk about LA Marathon. But let's start off with
Okay.
your LA Marathon training program is starting at the time of taping this. We're a couple of
Yes.
weeks out.
Right.
But
October 5th.
yeah, October 5th.
Yes, and we have an excellent lineup with great speakers. That are gonna talk about recovery,
Nutrition.
injury prevention, nutrition. I wanted to get a speaker to speak about those topics which are so important
Yeah.
as a runner, because it's not just putting in the miles.
Yeah.
It's taking care of yourself, eating the proper foods. So I wanted the right speakers to share with them and give them tips and teach them what's best for them, so that we want our runners to stay healthy, to stay injury free, to perform well when they run and feel good. So that's why we're having
Yes.
you.
Yes, I will be
Yes,
there.
so we look
LA
forward to
Marathon
having you
ambassadors,
there.
Yes.
Yeah, having-
LA ambassador, which
Yes.
you'll
Yeah.
be talking about LA Marathon.
But I love
So
how
we're-
you both did that, leading up for this program. Excuse me. Because it is clear based on, how you're announcing little by little right now who's showing up. Yeah, you are covering all the bases of how to really prepare for a marathon. Dr.
De La
Cruz, VFE, right?
And Nella.
Nella's
she's
nutritionist. Yes.
Yeah.
Anybody else that we have come in?
Nella.
I got Rizzo. This guy.
And
Yeah,
we have Rizzo.
That's right. Yeah.
Jose from AFA. He's going to be talking about strength training, which
That's
is
right.
also very important.
Yeah.
So all that, it just plays such a significant role in training.
I love how you did that. How they're going to kind of cover all the bases. Because I wouldn't imagine that you're going to get new members or members that are going to run a marathon for the first time, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
We get a lot of newbies, and a lot of them will, every year we get a
bigger,
huge amount, and then it starts phasing off because they either get injured or the mileage. So we want them strong. We want them motivated.
Yeah.
We want them to believe in themselves.
Yeah.
And not let anybody discourage you from training a marathon, because you will get those that really don't know about marathons, and they'll say, oh no, you're crazy, don't do that, and running is bad for your knees. And if it's in your heart to do it, you go for it, and whatever you believe, if you believe it, anything is possible.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Anything is possible.
If you're in the Los Angeles area or listening, watching or listening, October 5th, Saturday, Azusa, it's going to be an amazing kickoff. And clearly we have all these speakers, and
it's a free event. It's free.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
And we are
free.
a free running club.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, LA Marathon, let's talk about, one of the most amazing things. You hit mile 20, you turn the corner, and there's Pacer Nation, and there's the Azusa Pacers there with Whittier and Pasadena, but the Azusa Pacers bring the taco man, right? I just want to make that clear, right?
Yes.
We're so blessed to have Mike Merle and Suzanne Merle.
They're awesome.
Mike is a great chef.
Yeah.
He knows how to cook, and he can cook well.
Yeah.
We did it the first time we did it, we had tortas.
Nice.
That was last year.
Yeah.
And then what happened is that one of our members at Ventura.
Yeah.
Well, our city councilman, shout out to Andrew
Andrew.
Mendez, our city councilman.
Yeah, we got to talk about Andrew. He's incredible, right?
Yeah.
He started at Ventura making the tacos there.
Okay.
And that's where it took off.
That's where it started.
Ventura.
Thank you, Andrew.
So we're like, we should do that for Pacer Nation tacos.
Yeah. The thing is, you're cheering. It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you gotta feed the cheerers and make sure they had enough energy to cheer on our runners that come by.
Absolutely.
And not only our runners, other runners too.
Yeah.
That's one thing about that is, it's just the energy level. It gives everybody that pump up to keep going.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the tacos keep them going.
Yeah. Yeah. And so you you hit mile 20, you turn this corner running LA Marathon, and then prior to turning the corner, you see all these red, Pacers from, I think it's
The flag runners?
All three. The flag runners.
Uh-huh.
Is it all three clubs that are doing that?
Yes.
Okay. And did you guys start that, or was it just a...
It's been there.
It's been there.
It's been there since we started.
Yeah. So you run, and then, there's Pacers with flags, with Whittier, Pasadena, or Azusa. You find your club, and they kind of ask you, what do you need?
What do you need? And so one of us will
one of you will run
to the tent. Okay, so-and-so needs this, needs that. And so by the time the runner comes to the tent, everything's there handed to them.
Get them ready. So it's like one of those race cars. It's a pit stop.
Yes.
So instead of them waiting there, we just pat and get them going here. This is
and keep going.
And just keep going.
It's so amazing, right?
Yeah.
Like that support is amazing.
Yeah. So that's one thing a lot of the runners look for is the 20.
Mile 20.
And they know that this is where they're going to get their second win.
Yeah.
And that's going to help them finish that race.
Yeah. It's just simply incredible. I mean, just as a runner running past the area is just bonkers. Everyone's just going crazy that you look on the ground and you have everyone's names on chalk. It's just unbelievable. It's a sight to see. It's a sight to experience, right?
Right.
So
It's just
we have all the volunteers.
Yeah.
I'll give them the name of all the runners,
Yeah.
and then they'll write the names on there.
You got this. Good
Yeah.
luck. Come on,
That's it.
we're cheering here for you.
yeah,
So and especially
Oh,
the signs they make, they're awesome.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's one
And
thing.
so, LA Marathon this year. Will you be running the LA Marathon this year? 40th anniversary. It's a big big deal. I know. I'm sure you.
Are you Leah? It depends on Leah, because a few weeks after that it's Boston, right?
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So then you kind of don't want to jeopardize anything. Yeah.
Yeah.
So your role will be more support.
Yeah,
But
which I
Frank,
enjoy to support.
are you running the LA Marathon this year?
That's the other thing is that's where if I'm going to choose to do my Ironman, it depends on my training.
Yeah.
And there's a yes in it. So it's just so much, and it depends on the schedule that we have for our club.
Of course.
It's can I fit it in there and with my training?
Yeah.
And that's the hard part.
Yeah, of course.
know.
I
Yeah.
would love to, because it's
Yeah.
going to be a
Oh,
big
yes.
celebration.
Big celebration.
And
Yeah.
that's what I keep telling everybody. You guys have to do it. It's a big celebration.
Yeah.
It's special. It's their 40th year.
Yeah.
So it's going to be amazing.
Yeah. But that's understandable for both
But-
of you regarding running the race.
Yeah.
I get it. But
But we'll be there
you
at Mile
definitely
20
will be there
for sure.
supporting.
Yes,
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
we'll
how
be-
many runners did you take from the club last year to actually run the race?
I think, do you remember the number?
It was a high number.
Yeah.
And
200?
the thing is that when we tell them to sign up, they sign up under the Pacers, so we can able to find out who's running.
And
the
a
thing
lot
is,
of them didn't. so
they
we
forget to
couldn't
put it under the club's
Yeah.
name, so it's hard to track them.
Sure.
There was like
And then sometimes
200
we have a lot of new
maybe.
runners. They forget to wear the Pacer gear.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh my gosh, I didn't know that person was running. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
we tell
Until
them
we
to
see the tag.
Sure.
tag things.
Sure.
So
Yeah.
Oh no, and I feel so bad when I miss someone.
I know.
Like, oh.
yeah,
I
because
know.
there's so many runners.
Yeah.
running out there.
So many.
That's why I love doing the flag run to bring him in. I get a better eyes of who I can see, and then
And they'll send me a text. So and
so
so
is
is
coming. All right, get
and-
their stuff ready. All right, then I don't just run our club. I
Yeah,
run
we do
all
all
other
the other
clubs.
clubs.
It doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
all the other clubs.
That's one thing is
Of
that
course.
Exactly.
it's not our only, but it's
And we cheer
everybody
for
else.
everyone.
Of course. Yeah.
Everyone.
Yeah.
But that's what I love doing so much. I end up doing a half marathon or more than that.
Of course.
doing that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a great point. Those flag runners, they're running some serious miles
Yeah.
back
Well,
and
Rigo's
forth.
number one. He already done a full marathon just doing that. Rigo, you should have ran the race. Oh, no, he's out there, and he'll run to the finish line, come
Yeah.
back and pick another one.
Come back and get another one. And easy 6-7 mile run, easy per
Oh, it's a
person.
Rigo, like
Yeah. Shout out to Rigo.
amazing. He's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yes.
Amazing. And Rigo's an older gentleman, and he's just gets faster and faster.
Yes.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Yes.
When I grow
He
younger, I'm gonna be like him.
he competes against these teenagers,
Yes.
and he
Yes.
beats
Yeah,
them.
he's great.
Yeah, and
amazing.
it's great that he's part of your club because
Yeah.
runners who come in who are middle aged to look at him and say, you know what,
He's a
no, you can do
legend.
anything,
Right.
Yeah.
He's just absolutely amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah. Have you noticed this year within your club, we have the LA Marathon kickoff coming. Have you noticed some more enthusiasm about LA because it's the 40th?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
And I think also it's a craze now to
Right.
be a runner.
Well, we're
It's
in a
a
running
trend.
boom, right?
Yeah.
And people are joining running
So
clubs.
it's awesome
Yeah.
to see that enthusiasm, and
Yeah.
everybody wants to do it. So
Yeah.
we're looking forward to October 5th.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is a great
So-
point. Have you noticed, like both of you, like a surge in your club?
Yes.
Right now, we've been getting some new runners coming in, and we ask them, "How you doing?" And I go, "You here to run what race you're training for?" And some say yes, some say no.
Yeah.
I'm here for health awareness.
Of course.
I just want to get back in shape. I just want to get back into running.
Yeah.
And of course,
Or even the walkers.
yeah, the walkers,
you know,
especially the walkers. Our
Yeah.
walkers have boomed.
Yeah.
You know,
even
so
even if you're just a walker, it's not just a walker. Walking
Exactly.
is good for your health, and very beneficial. So walking is great.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you encourage walkers in your club, so that's
Yes.
really great that you do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's a pace for everyone.
Oh,
no
yeah.
excuse for anyone. Yeah.
Yeah. I had a question. How many have you said that you've ran LA Marathon? How many times have you run it? Just
LA
curious.
Marathon 3.
3 times.
Yeah.
And you, Frank?
then-
I did 3, but there were some other marathons I did besides that one.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
That's cool. Yeah, Stadium to See, right?
yeah. Say yes.
Yeah, but
Yes,
not the new one.
No.
Not the
Not the
new
new
one.
course.
So-
Yeah.
Yeah, because we always have
Eventually.
some reason we end up having a race after or before,
Sure.
and it's like, okay, can my legs make it?
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
You know.
That's funny. Yeah.
So we look forward to running it.
Yeah, it's going to
If we're-
be
Yeah.
amazing. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And,
Yes.
the marathon, kickoff, that would be a 24-week program, I guess?
Yes.
Yeah.
So we shortened it. So instead of 27 weeks, it's
Okay.
24 weeks. So it'll be shorter.
Yeah, and you just kind of
Yeah.
gradually ease everyone into the miles.
Right.
Yes.
Okay, a couple of 20 milers in there.
Coach Jerry worked diligently on
On the
this
plan,
new
so-
plan.
Yeah.
He included tempo runs. He included
Track
intervals,
workouts,
track
strength training.
workouts, strength
So he's putting a
training.
lot into us. Where
Yeah.
Right.
okay,
He put
this-
a lot of thought
Yeah.
into
Sure.
it.
Yeah, that's
So-
great.
And it's accessible to everyone out there. If you go into our website and to Azusa Pacers, you go into training and then you go scroll down to marathon and then you'll see the plan there. And you
Yeah.
could click on it and you could print it out and put it on your fridge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Definitely.
love that. Yeah. And we'll go over that right in a little while. Put all the information down, here of your website and stuff. We'll get there. But I feel like, we can just probably talk forever, in which we're going to have to bring you back. So, and talk about more about, LA Marathon, more about the Pacers and stuff. But anything that you wanted to say to your club members, maybe that looking back maybe on the 3-year, maybe you forgot to say this or that, or is anything?
Yeah, absolutely. We're just so grateful to all of your support, all of the volunteers. Sorry if we forgot to mention anyone like Maritza, I don't know,
yeah.
and Caesar. Caesar has,
Marissa,
has
Cereza,
been,
Caesar,
yeah,
they've been really good with our some of the stuff that we
Myra,
can
Rosselli, everyone.
Yeah.
Emilio.
get. Yes, great supporters
just-
are like Emilio stepped up and reached out and says, those who want to qualify for Boston, I'm willing to help them out.
Nice. Nice.
So
But-
he's out there helping out with
Yeah.
the runners.
But all of all of our walkers, our runners from every group, you guys mean so much to us. You guys are so important to us, and we want the best for you. And we're just family. We want you to succeed and keep pushing through. And we're here for you for whatever you need. All of our volunteers, we can't thank you enough for all that you do.
Yes.
Do you want to add anything?
What you say was great because, trust me, I am very thankful for everybody. Just to remember everybody's name, that's the hardest part.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like,
I know.
what was that name? It's
Yeah, I know.
and then I try to find something that fits their name so I can remember their name.
Sure.
You figure that one out.
Yes,
too.
yes, yeah.
But but we're grateful and thankful, and we'll see the future. They're going to grow so much with this
Yeah.
club.
Yeah.
We're thankful.
And just remember, just anything is possible if you believe in yourself. So keep pushing through, stay positive. If something happens, if you fall, you just pick up yourself and you keep going. Don't
Yeah.
quit.
Yeah.
Don't ever quit. Just keep pushing through. And that applies to anything that happens in your life. Don't let any obstacle come and affect you. And we're all humans and it does affect us, of
Yeah.
course, but we can't give up. We have to keep going.
Yeah.
pushing through.
Yeah, beautiful.
He's a cancer survivor,
Yes. Mm-hmm.
and we're grateful that you're here,
Well,
honey.
that's one thing I encourage a lot. Don't take things for granted.
Enjoy life.
Enjoy life, because I'm grateful to be here with my family and able to help others in a different way in running and support them, and that's the rewarding I get back to them. That's what I really love about our community, is that if I see progress from them, I did my job, and I feel proud of myself. They did great.
Yeah, that's amazing.
That's how I reward myself.
I love it. I think we're starting to see the secrets and the magic of Azusa Pacers. I mean, these amazing stories of gratitude and what you bring to everybody. So, yeah. Any future plans, maybe for the Azusa Pacers? Are we going to see like an Azusa Pacers 5K in Azusa? I mean, you have.
Stay tuned.
Huh?
Stay tuned on that.
Okay, am I spilling the beans here? I mean, you have tremendous support from the mayor and the city council.
We're grateful
We're so
for
grateful
our city.
for their support. Our city
has been really
amazing.
Thank you, Azusa, for giving us opportunity to be here. But it's just amazing of the community there.
Yeah,
that's
awesome.
We have a great community.
And I love the support, because when we did our first virtual 5K on our inaugural, he goes, I remember the city said, "Did you notify the PD?" Oh, no. The city was nice enough to bring their officers to come out to make sure that we were safe.
That's great.
And I was nervous. I go, they're going to shut us down.
Yeah.
We had, 7 officers on motorcycles out there watching us to make sure we were
So
safe.
great.
So we're grateful and thankful for the city
Yes,
for
thank
helping us
you.
out for
Yeah.
that. So that was like, wow.
Yeah, that's so great.
Yeah.
They've really embraced your community out there. So, if anyone wanted to find you on social media, or you also have a website.
Instagram, we have an Instagram account and Facebook. Instagram account is Azusa Pacers Official, and Facebook is Azusa Pacers. And then we have our website. You could Google it, Azusa Pacers, and we'll come up.
Yeah. I think, that's no other beans you want to spill. I'm just curious. That's it. Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
We're going to have beans?
Well, thank you for
Yes,
coming on,
thank
and
you.
thank you for making the trek. I'm going to have to bring you back, because
There's
we
more
have
to
so much
talk.
more we need to talk about. But then
Yes.
maybe we can bring in Azusa Pacer here.
Oh,
And,
that would
that'd be really fun.
awesome. Yeah.
So,
Right.
We'll bring food too.
Yeah.
We'll have our taco guy here.
Yeah. But again, if you are thinking about training for the Los Angeles Marathon 2025 and you are near the Azusa area, or maybe you're not, you want to come run with this amazing group, October 5th at 7 a.m.
Yes.
Right? Pioneer Park.
6:45.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And again, I'll put all the information here with their handles for Instagram and their website, so you can get more details. But thank you again.
Thank you.
And if
Thank
you
you,
ever
guys.
see Maria go down, remember to hit that watch, stop the Strava. But
Yeah. Arms out. Remember that?
Arms out.
but thank you.
Thank
for
you.
both, so.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you. But again, like I had mentioned at the beginning of the episode, if you're interested in making a donation to help someone run the 2025 LA Marathon, you can go to RizzoRunClub.com. Most importantly, if you need help running the race and you need help with the registration fees, you can go to the website, leave me a message, and then I will get back to you with information how we can get together and I can help you run the marathon. I'm looking for people that are experiencing financial hardship. Again, if you're signed up for a charity and you're contacting me to pay the remainder of your charity, I'm probably not going to do that because I'm looking for someone where $200 really goes a long way for them. If it's February, we're a few weeks away from the race, and you've signed up for a charity, and you're a little short. Of course, Rizzo Run Club podcast will help make a donation if there are excess funds. But I'm looking for the people who really need help. to run this race because it's going to be the biggest party in Los Angeles next March. It's going to be amazing. So again, this is an amazing club, and I really hope that if anything you've learned how to look inside to create magic outside, and follow their story, come run with them. They're really amazing. If you've listened or watched this far, we thank you. And
sorry if we went too long.
The best way to support this channel is to subscribe and like. But you can find us on Spotify now, Apple Podcasts, and of course here on YouTube. But thank you for watching. We will see you next week.
Thank you.
Special thanks to Lauren Hiltzer and his production company, HK Corp, for letting us film at their office. The podcast is now available on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, plus other numerous platforms. Please consider subscribing to support the channel. If you would like to get in touch with me, I can be reached at rizzo@rizzorunclub.com. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you next week.